Before the video begins, here's a quick little preview of what I end up making. Let me tell you exactly what we're doing, in case you couldn't tell by the title. Just kidding, you already know. That's poking fun at other tutorial YouTubers. Usually what I'll do is, I'll start out by creating a title name. I don't know. Not sure of what I am making yet. Just kidding. I know exactly what I'm gonna make. What? Lenexitia design. We're gonna create it as a, I don't know, 1080p is a great place to start. It's the perfect resolution right now. 96 is usually the resolution I'll use. Other than the pixel width and height. The pixel density 96, I think, is what the other thing that said resolution was. Anyway, now here we go. Let's start with something bold first off. Just in case I don't space it right, you know, or whatever, I usually will do it like this. By which I mean, of course, I will create a new layer for each letter, so that way I have more granular control. Now we're gonna do this real quick, separately. Control E to merge once you've held shift and selected another layer, by the way, and we'll label this one X. So I went ahead and skipped forwards a little bit because honestly I don't think you need to see me draw every single letter. Alright, now we create a new layer. This goes in the background. We'll label it background. So first off, we're gonna start by creating a filter, and it's going to be, I believe, render clouds. Yes. Alright, so we've got clouds for the background. And then we're gonna create another one. Now hold on one second. We're gonna actually have fibers. So filter, render, filter, render, fibers, and then should we do pin light? Oh, that looks terrible. Pin light. That looks okay. I think I could do something like this. Do some darker blue. We're duplicating this layer now, and we're gonna have it do filter, render, difference clouds. I don't remember which one comes at the back, but I do know I need to do stylize tiles. So actually first you have to fill the layers, so that's what I'm going to do here, and then you can go up and do it. And yeah, then it will work. Filter, stylize, tiles. By the way, I ended up going with the tiles layer above the fibers layer and the first two cloud layers. And I ended up putting the blending option for the tiles layer to be linear burn, just in case you were wondering. Now we do another one of clouds, which is going to be a little bit lighter. Now, one of the things you'll start to notice with Photoshop is it's all about layers and blending options. If I didn't use blending options in any of my Photoshop projects, they'd all be awful. Now thankfully they're not, but they would all be if I didn't use any blending options whatsoever. Honestly, If there was one piece of advice I could give, it would 100% be to just throw a bunch of layers together and play with the blending options for each one. It really is what separates mediocre projects from professional ones. Here's some time-lapse footage for some filler. All I really am doing is just a lot more of the same, but I thought I might as well keep it just in case somebody cares. By the way, I'll mostly have an uncut version of this linked in the description for those who really want it. I don't see why, but it's whatever. Now enjoy this mashup that I made screwing around. Another side note, sometimes blending options alone aren't enough. In that case, there's the opacity slider to save the day. While I was just talking about how blending options are so amazing and blah blah blah, they aren't always enough. And as you might have seen, I've had to change the opacity on multiple layers because I wasn't quite happy with the results otherwise. But the only reason why I'm telling you all this stuff that you probably don't care about is because, in reality, I don't have any music that I'd be willing to play and risk a copyright. So, yeah, I'm just talking. Oh, here's another break to what I must have considered to be an important action when creating this project. Alright, listen, okay, I'm really tired when editing this, and if you're wondering, it's currently 1 AM right now. It was 10 PM when I opened Sony Vegas. Oh, no? Wait, here it is, just a couple seconds off. The hue adjustment. This is really a crucial part as well. It is funny. The most important things in your Photoshop documents are done first. So, first you create the layer, then another, then blending, maybe opacity, and after a bunch of that, the third most important thing comes up. Other than the obvious stuff like just having layers to begin with. This would be the hue adjustment. While you could probably get along without adding a hue adjustment layer, it really is a nice touch to add if you want to make different parts of your project pop. Really, just changing certain settings with the hue adjustment can completely change how your project is viewed, really. Like, usually when I do it, I end up being amazed at how much better and different it looks. I always forget about it for some reason. Don't make those mistakes and you'll probably end up being better than me by just one tutorial. Alright, so now we are going to finally finish this off. And you can see here that I wasn't quite finishing up right here. In fact, little did I know, I still had another 10 minutes of just adding an outline to each letter using the blending options, because for some reason Photoshop won't let you do it to multiple letters. Obviously, this is the part where I'm just screwing around and doing all that stuff, where I put all these stupid freaking outlines on all the freaking letters. Again, I don't know why Photoshop doesn't allow you to do it, the blending options to multiple layers you have selected. If it's a thing that I can apply to multiple layers regardless, like for example the stroke, in fact it should be something you can do to all of them. I don't want to have to merge all of my layers. That would cause issues. Maybe it's something to do with the newest version, which I of course do not have. But, whatever. It's just an annoying inconvenience that I had to spend time on. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this, well, what I wouldn't quite call a tutorial, but rather video showing the process I go through when making this stuff in Photoshop. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, give me any feedback, because I'm open to constructive feedback and I love it. And tell me if you want more content like this in the future. By the way, don't forget to check the description for the link to the uncut time-lapse I might possibly spend a lot of time uploading and rendering. because it is over 2 hours long. I just wanted to point out, by the way, that it is 2:15 a.m. right now, and I opened Sony Vegas at 10 p.m. But, you know, that's not a big deal or anything. Thank you guys for watching, and, yeah.